I just came back from my lecture about the national stereotypes from the series of lectures about it. This time, as you can see, we're talking about Germans. That's why I'm wearing the Prussian uniform from the late 19th century. And what was surprising about the lecture and the conversation with the students was that the vast majority of the students were generally very positively inclined towards Germans. And they were naming basically all the good stereotypes, not very many bad ones. Maybe it was because it's Western Poland and we tend to be a little bit more Prussian in style and thinking, in the way of life and the way of thinking. Maybe it was because our economy, I mean the Polish and German economy, are getting more and more connected and, for instance, and also getting more and more similar. For instance, in this European economic crisis, our economies, because we are basically putting together the things that German industry is producing. Many of our factories are basically putting together the parts provided by the German business partners. And perhaps it's the reason that, and maybe in the style of living, in the style of thinking, that we are also connected psychologically. And because we are so much connected with the German economy that is oriented towards exports and also towards export outside Europe, that is export to the areas of the world that were not hit by the international economic crisis so hard as Europe was. So German economy is doing pretty well considering the effects of the crisis and also the migrant crisis after it. It's a huge difference with, for instance, between the German economy, which is more oriented towards industry, and that's why through that to exports. And for instance, economies which are based more on services or vacation time, on food and so on, like the Southern European economies, which were hit very hard because first thing that people were resigned off would be, of course, the family vacation, or maybe they would just pick some cheaper ones closer to their home country. So the vacation in Spain, the first thing to hit during the crisis. And so maybe it was that the connection between our economies that resulted in a high value of in a respect of my students towards the German nation. Maybe it was the thing that we are in Poznan, so it was former Prussian territory. Maybe it was the thing, and it was all in spite of the fact that only among the 30-odd students there were two persons speaking fluently German, 2.5, so to speak. One wasn't certain. And the same number was for the French language, and it was like 5 persons and 6 persons for Spanish and Russian. Of course, English was very high on the top. So not very many German-speaking people, and in spite of it, high praise for the German nation. Among the stereotypes which had been put during the lecture on the table, with the advantages and disadvantages and controversial characteristics of every nation. Among the good ones that were named was, of course, Ordnung. The Germans are keeping up order and stability and so on. It's a theory, and it's a valid and serious historical and political theory that the Germans were so long divided to many different countries that so many people were engaged in the as the Beamten, as the officials, working for the individual administrative machines of every country. So many bourgeois were so many townsmen were involved in the affairs of the state, that the German have developed this state-oriented perspective.